So we are live on YouTube, and now I can introduce myself. For those who don't know me, that are a lot of people today. I'm Sofia. I'm 26 years old, and I'm from Minas Gerais, but I'm currently living in São Paulo, where I work. And I'm a host here on TNT since 2020. I started on TNT in the beginning of the pandemic, so I was searching for some place to practice English, and I found TNT, and it was, I don't know, I love at the first time, because for me it was the thing that I was looking for. It was everything that I need to practice and to work on my skills without paying anything. So I think TNT is a very good platform for that. And for those who don't know, TNT started in 2016, and it's been a long journey with a lot of changes. We are growing more and more. And today we have some courses that are paid for, because we can separate you in beginner and intermediate and advanced speakers. But we have those free classes that are not free spaces to practice English, where we put everyone together so we can just practice and learn together. But this is not a class. I'm not a teacher. As you can see, I'm learning English as well. And that's it. I think we bring some topics to discuss. So today we are going to discuss about sex education, and I'm going to send you the questions right now, so you can use them to guide the conversation. But don't feel stuck to them. You can create your own. You can go to number 1, from number 1 to number 10. Don't worry. It's just a guide, and you can use the way you like. And I'm going to create some, I think just one more room, so we can have few people to discuss. And in the small room, please choose a leader just to guide the conversation and present yourselves, okay? Anyone has any doubts before I create the room?
No.
It's okay.
You will send the question.
Yeah, right now. Thank you for the chat. Here are the questions, and I'm going to create the rooms. Okay, some of you are going to stay here with me. The other ones are going to the other room. When 5 minutes are left, I'm going to bring you all back, okay? Goodbye, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start introducing yourselves, please. Can you start, Gabi?
Yes, I can. So, nice to meet you all. I'm Gabriele, but you can call me Gabi. I'm 21. I'm from Rio de Janeiro. And as Sophia was talking, I like TNT because of the topics. There are really good topics to talk here. And I like this environment. And for me, it's very nice to be here.
Good, thank you, Gabi. Please call someone else to introduce.
Okay, Claudia, please.
Hello, guys. Good evening. I'm Cláudia. I'm living in Belo Horizonte. So I'm from Minas Gerais, like Sophia. And my city, it's beautiful. I love. I work in a health area. I'm a lab technician. I'm 50 years old. I have one daughter. And I love study English. It is a pleasure to me stay here to practice more with you all.
Great, thank you, Claudia. Hello, Camila.
Hello.
Are you there?
Sorry for the
be late.
Don't worry. Are you new here, Camila, or you know how TNT works?
No, I'm not new here. It's my third session, I think.
Oh, okay. So we are just introducing ourselves. I sent the questions before. I'm going to send it again to you. But today we are going to talk about sex education. And I passed a video at the beginning of our meeting today, and I'm going to send to you if you want to watch it later, but it's not necessary for the discussion. It was just an introduction. Can you present yourself, please?
Okay, my name is Camila. I'm 17 years old. I'm a student of law, and I'm the first semester. I'm from Campinas, São Paulo, and I'm here to practice my English and meet new people.
Good. Call someone else to introduce themselves, except from Claudia and Gabi.
Okay, Diego.
So hi everyone. Like you see, I'm Diego. I'm 34 years old. I'm from Campinas too, like Camila. I'm studied a lot of times here on TNT, but few months ago I stopped a little because it's difficult time for me on my job. Yeah. I work as a data analytics in a marketing agency at São Paulo. And I think that here is a good place to talk, to make more friends and to talk about a lot of good topics. Thank you, everyone, for this time.
Great. Thank you, Diego. And you, Mario?
Hi everyone, my name is Mario. I live in São Paulo. I'm 60, I'm in marriage, I have 2 boys. Like Diego, I work with data analytics. I love sports. Running is my addiction. I think that's it.
I remember you like running.
Okay, it's my...
Great.
Okay.
Well, guys, I think we can start with the first question. And for you guys, what is sex education? Who wants to start answering this question? Don't be shy.
Can I? No?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, well, for me, in my opinion, I think it's a process about to educate young and teenagers about the sexual education. It's to clarify topics about the sex education. My opinion.
Yeah. And you, Claudia, what do you think?
So, for me, what is sex education? Like the Mario says, I agree, and I think it's about how you can, if you starting the sexual life, what do you can do to avoid the disease and gravidez, yeah,
Pregnancy.
Yes, pregnancy, I think like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you, Diego?
Well, I think that we don't have one correct response or answer about this topic. It's a very huge definition. Yeah, it's not something sex education. It's education about sex, not something. It's obviously that's it, but we have other. I don't know the word in English, but dimensões about it. For example, the self-study, the self-knowledge. It's very complex, But my opinion, I agree with Mario. It's a process. It's not the same. I have children here in my family. I have boys and one little girl here. And it's different to each one to talk about this topic. It's not the same. It's not like a class or like a chapter of one book that you read to your children, son, nephew, I don't know, but it's very complex. But in my opinion, it's a process to understand more about you and about your body, your desires, and other people should to respect the other people. It's very important. All of this complex in the same topic.
Very good. Yeah, I really like this point of view that is different for each person, because we have to adapt the language, we have to adapt the way we communicate with people.
The age too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And you, Gabi?
So I agree with you all, and I could say that it's firstly about explaining the human biology, but it's not only about that. It's about like sometimes psychology and sociology to explain like how men and women behave in society, and it's about respecting the other and respecting our desires. So it's about a lot of things, but as I see it, it's to avoid like sexual harassment and to avoid diseases and like bad things that could happen when we don't know about sex and when we don't know about our bodies and the other person's bodies.
Yeah, I totally agree. What about you, Camila?
Well, I agreed with you guys, but I think the sex education is a board of topics like about sex, sexuality. Like I think is more for prevent teenagers or young people to get pregnant or to contract a sexual disease. That's what I think. I don't have so much to say.
No, but I think we were complimenting itself. It was very good, everything that you guys said. And who do you think is responsible for sex education in our society? Like the parents, the school, the government? Who do you think is the most responsible?
I don't know this the most, but I think, like you said, Sophia, it's the family, school, the government. It's not only one, but I think it's important.
Each one has a piece of responsibility, right?
Yes.
I agree. And you, Diego?
Well, I think I agree with Mario. We have one division about this responsibility, but I think my opinion, totally personal opinion, yeah, that the parents and the family has one good percent of this responsibility, yeah, because you know more your children, or you should know more, yeah, your sons, your family, and I think that's one good way to educate the young people.
Yeah, I think that is important that parents have this responsibility, but we can never forget that many families don't have the education to pass this for their children. So that's why the other spheres of society are important too, because
I agree with you, yeah. In how can I say, desirable word, that's the role of the fathers, but of the parents. But especially I know families that they don't have time to see their sons, for example, they talk to their sons on the weekend, for example, and
Yeah,
they don't have time to talk about it, sex education and other problems. Yeah.
exactly. And you, Claudia?
Yes, I agree with the, the guys, and I think that it's about the family, all responsibility, family, school, and government, but the start in family, because we stay near the teenager child. So I think starting in the house, I think that, but nowadays I think the this information is in all, and not only in house, in home, but uh, because the internet, so you can alcançar, né, information about it in others platform.
Yeah, if the parents don't teach, they can
Yeah,
read a lot of things on internet.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. That's why we have a huge responsibility of trying to guide this learning, right? And you, Camila, who do you think is responsible for your sex education? I think you have just 17, right? 17 years old.
Yes, yes. I think the parents are a really important person to teach you about sex education, but some families have many problems, like, and with the family at all. And I think the school is an important way to learn sex education, because no everyone have the conditions to teach. I think talk with their sons, or some children don't have parents. Like, I think the school is a really important way to learn, because you will have a prepared professor to to talk with you. And I think, like me as a teenager, I think it's more easier to talk with like a professor with a parent, like, is because not like I don't have a bad relationship with my parents, because it's a little shy to talk with this topic with them, like. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think most of the teenagers start talking about sex with their friends or with their teacher, but not with their parents, because
It's a kind of a
this is a
taboo.
difficult conversation.
Very difficult.
Yeah. And you, Gabi, do you
So,
feel the
yeah.
same?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel that we learn things firstly, like on the streets with people, like with society in general. But I think the protection must be like family, society, and state, like everybody together, because we know that the most cases like from harassment and bad things happens inside the family. So that's the problem. That's why we need to talk like in another spaces, because we need to aware the children, aware the teenagers, and also that I think they should not learn on the internet, because internet sometimes teach bad things like sexism and things that put women in not a good place. So it's better if people, as Camila was saying, people that are informed, like they teach this kind of stuff because they are prepared to do this. That's what I think about it.
Yeah, I agree. And Mario, you have children, right?
Yes, 2 boys.
2 boys. How was this
Yes.
process for you, if you feel comfortable to talk about it?
Yes, it's comfortable to talk with him about this, but just to talk, it's the importance of the use of the preservative and HIV or other disease. But I'm 60, so when I was young, it's hard to me. I don't remember to have classes about this, but I talk with my friends at school and with my parents just the importance of the preservatives. I try to talk with my children now. It's the importance, the use, the preservatives. That's it. It's that's okay. It's to talk with him. No problem.
Good. Anyone else has children here?
I have, but the older one has a 8 year. But
Okay.
I think that I have 2 boys and one little girl. It's I think the boys have more freedom to talk with his mothers about that. It's but I'm start one conversation and one kind of more proximity to them to talk about these themes and to open one conversation. But I don't start yet.
Yeah, I imagine that is difficult for both sides, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you started one situation, you need to explain all of them. But it's very difficult to start if the guys in little small age, yeah, don't have the knowledge to support this topic. Yeah, I don't know if I'm clear, but I think that we can observe, yeah, observe or see the symptoms about this, yeah, and to use these symptoms to make more friendship with them and to take a boy to go out and let's run and in the park, for example, and start one conversation more with more proximity about them.
And how was in your childhood? Who talked with?
No,
Who talked to you about this? No.
my parents was so close about this themes, yeah. And I talk with my other, for example, my cousins and my old brother. I talk to them about these themes, and I study. I like in that time we don't have internet. Yeah, I'm a dinosaur, but internet just started that time. I read a lot about it. It's for me it's so good to understand more with a science point of view about these themes. That's so good. But with my parents, we don't have one how can I say, one conversation about this. Yeah. I don't remember.
And for you, Claudia, who introduced those topics for you, or who talked to you about sex education?
Well, in my childhood, when I was a teenager, so in this time, I think we talk more with my friends or my cousins, no my parents. I think it is like a taboo. And many years ago. So I think it's like that. they didn't no, not have internet yet, so it's only my more friends and cousins talk about school. No school. I think it's no, the teachers no talk about something. I don't remember.
So you learn living.
Yeah. No like to nowadays it's totally different now.
Yeah. And have you ever had to teach this for someone?
Repeat, please.
Have you ever had to teach sex education for someone?
Teach?
Yeah, talk about.
To someone.
Yeah, I don't know, children or young people who you had to.
Okay, yes. I have one daughter, so 18 years old. So nowadays, I'm very friend to my daughter. So it is easy. Today it's easy to talk about it because we have a friendship. So it is more easy now. I talk a lot with her.
Just a curiosity, you don't need to answer if you don't feel comfortable, but when did you start to talk about this? She looked for you or you looked for her to start this conversation? How was this process?
So I'm a mother, so I observe, when I observe a lot, and in this moment I start to talk about because she starting date and 15 years starting date. So I started talk more about this, about this thing. But it's more easy today.
Great, very good. And you, Gabi, who teach you? Do you have this conversation in school, at school, or in your house? How was this?
It was more with my mother, I think. She had always been my friend, so we talked about it. I don't remember the age exactly, but probably when I was a teenager, not a child. But nowadays, I see like how important is child have like a few notion about it. Not they don't need to be taught like everything and shown everything. It's not like this, but the earlier the better for them to have conscious of their bodies, because they have to know that it's not everybody that can touch in every part of their body. So there is a thing at schools that they teach that is yellow, red, and green flag. So where people can touch. So they,
nice.
they can like in a beginning teaching, knowing little things, not everything, but it's important because there is a lot of harassment nowadays, and children needs to be like aware, like people, adults should teach them, because this could cause big traumas in their lives. And it's really important because we have all this conservadorism and we cannot talk, and people do stuff. That's the problem. People do without talking, right? And that's what I think.
Well, very, very good point. My daughter has a 2.5 years. It's a baby yet. And my wife, his mother, tell her to talk when other people touch them in the sexual parts. I don't know if that's the word, but and they my wife asked her, why no? What do you talk if one person touch you? And she talking loudly and clear, yeah, with these words, yeah. You don't touch the baby girl in the sexual parts. Go out. It's very beautiful, yeah. When I will change his diapers, yeah, they talk to me. Daddy, just you and mom can touch me in the sexual parts. Yes, Daddy, something when you will clean you in this situation, and when I will bath and you when you take a shower. Yes, Papa, yes. I think that's my all totally credit to my wife. It's that she's a teacher, yeah. She studied pedagogy, and for she's more easy than me. But I admire a lot this point. No? It's very important,
it's really important
nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
Very good. I love to hear that. And you, Camille, I think you already answered a little bit how it was for you, but do you want to add something?
Well, I learned about sex education in school, not like with my parents, but my first conversation was in the school, in a class, when we all have this class. And after this, I don't think I have this conversation with my parents. No, I think I have, but like a subtle thing, not like a conversation at all. But
Yeah.
I agree with you say with teach children, like when the people don't have to touch, because this will prevent a lot of problems. Like when I was a child, I passed for a lot of problems relaxed to this. If I have no and these things, I think would be better.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, did you notice that, I don't know if Mario, Claudia, and Diego, they said that they didn't have this conversation at school mostly, and when we see Gabi and Camila, they said that they started learning this in school. So I think this is a good thing for us to notice, because maybe schools are more participative on this topic, and I think this is very good for us and for our children and teenagers, right?
I agree.
Perfect.
Yeah. And let me see what we want to. I'm going to skip some questions. I think we already answered kind of the number 7, because we start talking about the age we start sex education. I don't think we have an age, but it's important, as Gabi said, to try to teach something, to talk about this. It's not, we don't have to talk about everything, but we have to start the conversation, and Diego brought to us a very good example. And now talking about public politics. Do you know some public politics involving sex education in Brazil?
Sorry, I don't my case, in Brazil, I don't know.
I will, if I may, I will give you one example from one of the clients that I attended in my work on an agency. We work with the brand Intimus from Kimberly-Clark. It's a female brand, but I work on that account, and they have one action about the distribution of I don't know, but in English this name it's about I don't know in English, but I forgot just in Portuguese the name. I'm on English mode right now, but for women,
Preservative?
no.
Condoms. The thing you use to protect.
No,
Condoms, no?
when you are menstruate, yeah.
Oh, okay, it's
I forgot the word. Sorry,
yes.
so sorry.
Sorry. I forgot to the.
When you are in our period, use one finger.
Tampons.
Tampons.
Ah,
Tampons.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thanks for
thank you,
that.
Sophia. I forgot the
Tampons,
word on
yes.
Portuguese, guys. Oh, I forgot, totally forgot. Yeah.
Yes, me too. I forgot.
But they have one program between them and Planet Parenthood, yeah, here in Brazil, to distribute this a lot of tampons to males and young girls in scholarship age, because we made one search that we have a lot of these girls who don't go to the school because they don't have tampons. And I think that's a good way to change the world, yeah. But on this program, after then distribute these tampons, they start one conversation about the sex education, about the pregnancy and other things. It's a good program that they have in the conjunction with union with the state of São Paulo and the other states of Northeast too. I don't remember the name. I'm so bad to remember the names, but it's a good. They distribute a lot of tampons and condoms and other things.
Yeah, this is a very important project, and I think I read someday that was very difficult to pass this in our government. So it's a huge victory, because it's very important.
They needed to choose ONGs because the government's very difficult. Not something because we have a scrotus governance, but about the laws. We have a lot of so close laws about this kind of distribution on the schools, and in the São Paulo state, they open this kind of laws. It's a good program here.
Great.
This is interesting. I'd like to see here in Minas Gerais the same project, because here I think it's don't have yet. It is a good program.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
But SUS, it's like mandatory. They distribute condoms like the protection for having sex. So it's important. It's really important, like the healthcare in Brazil, like public healthcare, to spread this kind of information about diseases, about protection, because people they will make love, they will make sex. We have to protect the kids, the teenagers. So it's really important. They know about the risks of pregnancy, of HIV, and another things that could happen.
Exactly.
And distribute Two, pills to avoid pregnancy. It is good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other public politic? Do you know, guys? No. Yeah, I think it's very good here in São Paulo that in a lot of subways we have the condoms distributed, and this facilitates a lot for people to have access of these things. This is very important. Okay, and let's skip to number 10. Have you ever watched the series Sex Education, guys? I love this series. I hope any of you has watched it, because it's a I don't know, any of you have watched it or no?
Oh, I have never.
Sorry,
No.
Sophia.
Oh, guys.
I know, but I have
Yeah.
never.
But now
But
I'm
my
watching.
friends talk a
You,
lot.
you are so
can't
happy.
believe.
I'm interested because
Yeah.
I think it's a very good series because it's about teenagers who talk about sex, and they teach sex, and they have a lot of discussion about this, because in the beginning they have a discussion because they are teenagers talking about and teaching about sex, and they question, oh, should we teach this, because we have to learn as well, so we have to have another person for teach to us, and the school don't give them this access for those teachers to teach this subject. And it's very interesting. I think it's good to teenagers to watch, and for me the importance of this series is exactly how they talk about this topic, and how they talk about this topic without any I forgot the word.
Like shame? Like
Yeah.
you're ashamed?
It's very common for them to talk about this. So we can see another perspective about talking about this beyond
Very good.
teenagers. So it's very interesting.
If
I really
may add
recommend.
one thing, for example, it's very important to understand that our generation, it's different from the next generation. The generation that Mario and Claudia lived, it's different from mine. My generation, I think that's totally different from Camila. And the way to talk about this topic, it's different too. And I think that's one, I don't know if that is the topic of the series, but like you said, I think that's near to this point of view. But it's very important to understand how the teenagers talk about this topic, to make a deep dive on this, on that way. Yeah,
Exactly. And the thing about this series is that the teenagers start teaching about sex, and people, and the other teenagers got very, they like the way the teenagers talk about this, because it was a language that they could understand. So it was exactly what you were saying.
For example, if I start one conversation with, for example, my nephew, he have 20 years right now, but I can't start because it's look like a tio do pavê, tiozão do pavê. Oh, yeah, so what's about the sex? The guy, what? What is fuck you talk about me?
It's uncomfortable for everybody.
Yeah, it's that's it. I'm agree with you. Not comfortable because I'm a careta for here.
Sophia, thanks for your tip. The sex education. It's
it's a good.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to watch.
Diego talk. I agree with Diego. It's we different point of views because the age. It's important to know the other opinions, and sex education. It's possible.
And it's fun because the mother of one of the teenager there is a sex therapist. So he learned with his mother and he teach the other teenagers and then started. It's very fun. Welcome back, guys. Sorry, I didn't say anything, but I brought you back here and I really want to know how was the conversation in your room. Who wants to share with us?
Me too, Sophia. I love so much this topic you bring for us. I can discuss a lot another person in my room. It's amazing. The different point of view. The people I like so much discuss all the people in this room because the people develop very well their English.
Great to hear that. How any of you in the other room know the series Sex Education? No? Oh my God, guys!
Sophia,
I can't believe that.
I'm adult now, eh? I don't know it to watch it sex.
Not everyone knows the series. That's why I bring a question.
I know, but I never watch it. So
Yeah,
I
know
never watched it.
that series, but I never watch it. Never watch it. But
okay, guys, so watch it. I will bring this topic to again just for us to discuss about the series.
Okay.
Nice.
And for you, Dennis, how was the conversation?
It was amazing, I think. People brought many points of view. To be sincerely, I'm a little bit shy to talk about that, but it was amazing and was good to me. I like it a lot. I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, I think you are not alone. A lot of people have are very afraid to talk about this. Not afraid, but it's shy and it's a difficult conversation. So I think it's important to bring this kind of topics because we have to talk about some things that are difficult, but also are very important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And you, Márcio?
Yeah, as all of you guys said here, this topic is really relevant for be discussed and have in mind that our youth deserve to be informed about that. They are our future, and they have to be responsible and in order to give them the right information, okay, and the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Have to discuss the right way to do it because people today think differently, and sometimes they confuse, they get mixed up about how to get them this piece of information. That's what I feel.
Yeah, totally agree. So guys, thank you for being here today. I love this conversation with you. I hope you come back next week and also during this week with the other talkers. And that's it. Please go on YouTube and like or dislike the video if you like or dislike, and also answer the survey. Give us your feedback. It's very important for us. And I hope you like it, and I hope you come back, and I hope you keep studying English and improving your skills, okay? Nice to have you here, guys. Good evening. Good evening.
Sophia,
Good
thanks,
week.
guys.
Bye, guys.